whether you're having physical pain, emotional pain, suffering, or struggle, it's all pain. And with that pain is coming the same spiritual message, trying to help you so that you can actually have a different result. And what you're wanting probably is the pain to stop, right? Hi, I'm Deepa. I call myself the Creative Mystic, and I'm here to share with you today what I hope will help you in your path of awakening, that will help you to know what you need to do differently so that you can actually have a different result. Now, you are not meant to have pain. You are not meant to be in struggle and suffering because you are a powerful being, powerful beyond measure, but you just don't know it yet. All right? So I'm going to share with you today um, what the spiritual message is behind pain, why you don't understand what you're supposed to do, okay, and what you need to do differently so that this pain can stop. And if you're really serious and ready to really get a different result in your life, like you want to go for something in your life, whether it's to manifest a purpose or overcome a challenge, or just really, I really want a different result in my life, like a happier, more fulfilled life. I want to give you a gift of a connection call with me to see, are we a fit? Are you ready for a spiritual coach, mentor to help you make the change more rapidly? Now, obviously, with what I'm going to show you here, or to share with you here, I should say, um, I'm going to give you some things you can do. But often people have a blind spot, which is themselves, and they struggle more to make the change on their own. And that's where a coach, a teacher, a mentor can really help you. Okay, so let's get going. So let's get to the spiritual message. The spiritual message that I got from Holy Mary, Mother of Healing, which is one of my spirit guides. I was meditating with her, and it floated across my consciousness as I was ending my meditation, that the spiritual message behind pain. Now, when you hear it, you're going to be like, like, this is stupid. But it's not. We want to, I'm going to explain more of it to you. So I don't want you to click out and go, this is dumb, because it really is the spiritual truth. And when you understand it and what to do with it and why it's coming in, then you will start to see a different result in your life. Okay? So all spiritual pain, Mother of Healing said, is coming to you, and it's bringing the message that you need to do something different. And now, like I said, you're probably like, what? Now, that is the spiritual message. But think about it. When you're in your life and struggle starts to happen, what do most people do? They keep trying to work harder, but they keep sometimes working harder doing the exact same thing. But they typically do the same things. Maybe they do something slightly different, but it's within the realm of what you already know. And when you need to do something different, when you're having pain, physical pain, emotional pain, suffering, struggle, the message is you need to do something different. Now, the question becomes, what different thing do I need to do? Right? And you have to start to go, what do I need to do, so that I know what to do differently? So that you can get out of the realm of what you already know, because what you already know hasn't worked. It's gotten you where you are with the pain, whether it's physical or emotional, okay? Because if you have physical pain and you hurt your back, you don't want to keep doing the same thing that hurt your back, right? If you're having emotional pain, you don't want to keep doing the same emotional, mental thing that's creating the suffering, because emotional pain is all within your constructs of the way you're thinking. Now, even the physical pain, when it happens, when you get the injury, okay, whether it's your back or your elbow, it's because you're doing something in a way that is creating physical pain. And it's your thinking, your thought consciousness, the way you think you should do something, that then continues the same physical behavior that creates the physical pain. So Mother of Healing is telling me to share about my feet. So a few years ago, I started to get pain in my feet when I walked, and I couldn't figure out why. It was like on the part of my foot that, not the ball, but on the, like the latter two toes, and I was having pain. And finally, no one could tell me what was going on, but I went to a healer that said to me, looked at my feet, looked at me, and said, when you walk, I want you to walk where you focus on pushing, like more with your big toe, like make sure the emphasis is there. And so I did that. And when I did that, all of a sudden the pain went away. Now, here's the thing though, right? Because I'm human, I fall back into walking the way I used to walk, which then creates the pain. And what do? Oh, I got to do something different. Let me walk where I focus on my toe. Now, that's just one little example Mother Healing wants you to get on physical pain, that you're actually doing some things that creates it, okay? So I can't go into every physical pain or every emotional pain here because that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose is to help you to start to, here's what you got to do, okay? Now, the reason why you don't do anything differently is because of the programming that you have that you were given when you were growing up, through your family, through what you heard and overheard, because I've said it, that your programming is from everything that you were taught, okay, that you experienced, that you heard, that you overheard in your life, okay? So it could be something you saw from your parents or from a family member or just an event in your life, okay? Now, how ingrained that belief is, that the way you think and you do, depends on the level of how often you heard it, how much you believed it. Before the age of 7, you just took in everything. And as you got older, maybe you started to hang on and say, yeah, this is true. And when you believe that, often you think it's like a spiritual truth when it's not. You think it's true, but it really isn't, okay? So that programming makes it so you cannot see a different solution. But yet, spiritually, there is always a solution. Okay, everything that's going on, there is a solution. You might not be consciously aware of what that solution is, but everything is already created. All right. So if there's a problem, there has to be a solution by law, by spiritual law. There's a law called law of polarity, and that everything is whole. If there's a left, there's a right. Okay. So if there's a problem, there's a solution. And so you want to get that. Like if you can start to get in your consciousness that, oh, okay, the reason I can't see a solution, or that I don't think the pain is ever going to go away, is because my framework, my habits of the way I think, the way I behave, the actions I take are in that framework of that consciousness. And it doesn't allow me to see a solution. It doesn't allow me to go, oh, there's another way. So what do you have to do differently? Because you have to do something different, right? That's the message. The spiritual message is when you have pain, you have to consciously go, oh, pain. Not just, oh my God, I'm in pain, I'm stuck with this, but, oh, this is the message from Spirit, from God, from your spirit guides, telling me, oh, I got to do something different. Now, here's the trick, right? Or the challenge, I should say, not the trick. The challenge is you probably don't know what to do differently because your framework, your consciousness keeps you thinking in a way that's gotten you to this place. So what do you have to do? You have to practice deep listening. And what do you listen to? You want to listen to many different things, but the first one is spirit. Deep listening to spirit. Now, spirit, your spirit guides, speak to you in many ways. It might be they're speaking to you through your body, and you have to deep listen to your body of what does your body need, all right? Spirit guides, tell me what they need. Now, the spirit guides show up in a certain form, like this one comes in Mother Healing form, because they have a specific way that they think it's going to help you to understand things better. That's what I've seen from all my spirit guides. They show up in these different forms when I see them for clients. And that form is usually something that's going on with them that they need help with, okay? Because we're all one. There's no really, like if you think of a spirit guide, you think, oh, it's separate than God, but it's not. The spirit guide is God showing up in that form to help you because that's what you need. So if you're tuning into this and you're coming in, you're hearing this from the Mother of Healing, there's something that you probably need to heal, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. There's a healing that has to happen. And that healing is about letting go, okay? Because pain comes because you're refusing to let go of something that you need to let go of, or you're not welcoming in something that you need to welcome in, okay? And but the spiritual message behind it is that you need to do something differently. Let go of something or receive something in. Could be let go of a belief system. It could be change of a habit that you're doing physically or mentally. Often it's a mental habit that creates the physical. I shouldn't say often. It is a mental habit that creates the physical habits that you have. Okay, so you want to be able to deep listen. So how do you do that? Now, it's one of the reasons why meditation is like I recommend it, but you may be someone who says, "Oh, I can't meditate." Now, I'm here to say everybody can meditate. You just need someone to help teach you like the right meditation for you. And also, you may have a misconception of what meditation is. Often people think meditation means you don't think. And I tell people, when you're a beginning meditator, that would be impossible for you to do at that point. Now, I'm not going to limit you. You might try it once and stop thinking, okay? But the average person, the thinking is part of your ego. It's going to happen. It's going to rear its head. But if you focus it on one thing, now you want it to be a good one thing, um, then when I say good, I don't mean good and bad like that. I mean like something that is a positive, uplifting type of focus rather than a negative. Because a negative thing that you focus on, because people often say, "Oh, but I do, focus on this negative thing, and that's why." Yeah, you focus on the negative. That's why you get negative. Okay, but you want to focus on something that will help calm your mind down, slow down the thoughts that are zipping left and right, so that then you can actually deep listen. You deep listen to your body, you deep listen to your heart, and that's the important one. What's coming on in your heart? You deep listen to higher power, because higher power, you actually are that higher power. When you slow things down, you stop taking action after action after action. You take what I call, if you don't meditate, quiet time. Now, I'm a meditator, so I meditate. Now, there are tools and lots of different ones that can help you to quiet your mind if you have more challenges. And then I won't know which one is best for you because I haven't met you personally, or my spirit guides haven't met you, because that's what I do when I work with people in my coaching and mentoring is I tune into my spirit guides, ask who wants to volunteer for you, and ask them the higher guidance, because that's why it's so important to develop your intuition, to develop your relationship with the spirit guides and spirit, because when you get caught in a pain cycle, you are caught in your subconscious programming, and you need higher guidance to help move you out of it. All right? So if you are ready and you're looking for somebody, please take advantage of my connection call. And you go to deepaloo.com/gift. And I'd love to talk with you and find out, are we a fit? Are you ready, to really get a different result in your life? Because that's what it's all about on the path of awakening. The path of awakening is about awakening yourself spiritually so that you see different results in your life. You see the results of growth. You see the result of more calmness and happiness and joy and love in your life. And if you're looking for more money in your life, that comes too as you begin to awaken, when you learn that it's not off the mark, when you learn that it's not a sin to desire money. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings.